Hello everyone, this is our session number 3 of lesson number 2. In this session we are going to learn about Notepad and Windows Media Player. So let's see what we learn in session number 2. In session number 2 we learn how to open sound recorder and how to open calculator and the function. Now let's see what is Notepad. Notepad is a program. It is used or which is used to create simple documents. Now simple documents means what? To enter or to type a text without changing its font color. Okay, that means you cannot apply any format to the contents whatever you enter or what are entered in Notepad. That means it is used to create a simple documents, okay, or simple typing work. Now let's see how to open this application. If you want to open this application, then you have to follow these steps, okay. That means to open any program which is installed by user or which is installed by you, the common step is click to start button. Now here also we have to open a Notepad, and to open Notepad we have to click to the start button. Now where it is located? It is located on the taskbar to the left side of the taskbar. Now you have to click to the start button. Now when you click to the start button, will open start menu. Then you have to click to all programs. Now when you click to all programs, it will open what the programs what are installed by user, okay, in system. Then you have to go to the accessories. Here all these folders are arranged alphabetically, so you have to go to the top of that folder list. You will get here accessories folder. Now click on it. When you click on accessories folder, then you have to choose Notepad. Here it is Notepad. Then click on it. Will open Notepad application window. You can see here is the Notepad application window. Now there is no any change. The snapshot it is given in this page, and what I open, both are same, okay. Now you can use it to create or prepare what any simple document. Now before start to work with this, let's see its different components, its different parts, okay. So it consists of what the different parts, what these are. It has what a menu bar, it has the title bar, it has control buttons, it has a cursor you can see here, and it has a text area. Now let's see all those parts one by one. So let's see first the title bar. It is located at the top of the program, and you will see here the name of application and name of what a file with which you saved. It is not saved yet, so it's showing untitled. And what is the name of application? It's Notepad. This after the next one is a control buttons. Now what is the use of control buttons? Actually it is called what a control box which has what three control buttons, and these are minimize, maximize or restore, and the last one is a close, okay. Now what is the use of minimize? It is used to minimize the program. That means you don't want to work with this, but if you don't want to close it, that means you're going to continue work on this program afterwards, okay, but you don't want to close, then you can minimize this. That means you can hold this program on taskbar. This after the next one, it is maximize. It will help you to occupy the desktop size for this application window like this. And the next one is the restore down. That means you want to switch this window to its original size, you can use the restore down button, okay. This one is close. It is used to terminate, to end the task, okay. That means you want to close this program, you can use the close. Then this after the next one is a menu bar. Different menus are available on what a menu bar: file, edit, format, view, help, okay. And each one of these play a different role, okay. In file you can use what a save, open, print options, okay. In edit, cut, copy, paste. In format you can change what a text size, text effect. Then in view you can change what the view of what the Notepad application window, like you want to show the status bar. If you don't want to show status bar, you can use view. And help, if you're unknown with this one, you can take help about what the notepad application window. Now the next one is a text area. This white portion is called text area. Now what is the use of this one? It is used to hold the contents or to show the contents or allow to enter the content. Okay, that means it is a white page which is used by user to type or to remove the unnecessary or unwanted text. This after the next one is a cursor. The cursor is used to show the exact location of what the typing or what the text. Okay, understand? That means exactly where we are typing, you will get here the exact location. Also it will help you to navigate between the text or between the letters or between the sentences. Okay, and it is a blinking vertical bar, not a horizontal, it is blinking vertical bar, and that is called what? A cursor. Now this after the next point is, let's see what is our next point. Our next point is, it is one activity. What is that? You have to finish this activity, and that is, it is about your country. That means it is about my country. Okay, you have to write what these sentences what are given here in notepad. Okay, and this after you have to save this work. Now you all know how to open this application, you know the different parts of notepad. Now let's see how to type. If you know how to type, no problem, but if you don't know, let's see how to type. If you want to type anything in notepad, first you should open. Now it is open. Now we have to type what matter what we want. Okay, so just I'm going to type here a name of a school, that is Holiday. Okay, now a name has entered. Now we have to save it. Save means what? Now whatever I entered, I want to show what this contents day after tomorrow or after some days or after few years. Okay, so how to save this, how to see this again? So to see this again, you want to show it again, you must save it. Okay, save means to store whatever I entered in notepad. Okay, and to store it you must click on what? A file. Okay, when you click on a file, you will get here save option. There's one more option, save as. You have to click on save only. We are going to learn about save as afterwards, but now we have to work with the save. Now we have to learn save. Why we have to click on a save? Because we have to store this. Why we should store? If you want to work on it again, then you must store it. Okay, you must save it. So click on a file and click to save. Now when you click to save, it will ask for location, exactly where you want to save it. I want to save it on desktop. You can save it anywhere, wherever you want. Okay, but the desktop is the easiest location to access what? The file or any folder. You can save it in D drive also, E drive also. Okay, no problem. Wherever you want, you can save it. If it is an important file, then save it in D or E. Okay, because chances are there of losing what? The data from desktop. Okay, so wherever you want to save it, save. Now we have to save it on desktop. Now desktop is selected. Enter here name for file. I want to save it with the Holiday. Now a name has entered. Already a file is there with this name, so I'll change this name with another Holiday Kaggle. Okay, now you have to click to save. Now when you click to save, it will save your file, and here you will see, and here you will see what the name of file that you entered for this file, that is holidayandkaggle.txt. Holidayandkaggle is the name of that file, and .txt is the extension, and notepad is the name of application. Okay, I hope you all understand how to open notepad and how to save the contents or how to save notepad file. Okay, now this after the next one is a Windows Media Player. Now we all are familiar with this one. We know that what is Windows Media Player. Windows Media Player. Windows Media Player is a software. It's which software? Multimedia software. Why it is called multimedia software? Because this application is used to listen music and to watch movies. That means you can use this application to play what? The movies. Not only the movies, also to play what? The musical files. Okay, or audio files. That means it is used to play audio and video files. Okay, from the CDs or DVDs, from the pen drives, or from your local hard disk of your computer or of your personal computer. Okay, now how to play a media on Windows Media Player. If you want to play any media file on Windows Media Player, then simply you have to go to that file or go to that media file. Okay, then you have to select that media file. Okay, it can be audio or it can be video. After selecting that file, you have to right click on that file. Now when you will right click on that file, you will see context menu or pop-up menu. When it will open, then you have to go to the open with option. Directly you can click to play, but here we have to open this file with which media player? With the Windows Media Player. Okay, so go to the open with, then select Windows Media Player. Now when you will click on it, it will open that media file with the selected media player, and selected media player is Windows Media Player. Now let's see how to open media file using Windows Media Player. Okay, now here we have one media file. Actually it is a video file. Okay, and that we have to open with the Windows Media Player. Now I'm going to follow the same steps. Okay, you can see it is a video file and that I'm going to open with the Windows Media Player. So first select that file as selected, then you have to press a right button of the mouse. Okay, now right click on it. When you right click, then you have to go to play. Directly you can click to play, otherwise go through what the steps what are given in a book. Open with. Okay, then we have to select which one, the Windows Media Player. Now when you click on a Windows Media Player, it will open what the Windows Media Player, and it will start or will launch what the video file. You can see here the video file. Okay, if you want to stop it, you can stop it. Okay, understand? That means you want to pause it, you can pause it, you can play it again. Okay, if you want to stop it, you can stop it. Okay, you can change its volume. Okay, you can see different controls are given here. Then this is shuffle, this one is used to repeat again. Okay, this one is used to rewind. Okay, so what these are the different controls on what the Windows Media Player. Okay, if you want to close it, you can close it, you can restore it. Okay, you can maximize this, you can minimize this. Okay, so what these are the different controls of what the Windows Media Player. You can see here a video file has launched using which application. Here we used a Windows Media Player to launch this application. Now you all understand how to open video file. Okay, you can use another method. Simply you have to double click on it. That means 2 times you have to press the right button of the mouse. When you will 2 times press the right button of the mouse, it will open and you can control that video using what its controls. Okay, so here over how to open any audio file or video file using Windows Media Player. Now let's see some other examples of what the media player. Here we have some other media players. Using this you can play audio or video, musical files. Okay, then here we have a first example. It is VLC player. Generally it is used everywhere. Next MX player, then real player. What these are some examples of what the media players. Okay, so if you want to use it, you must install to your computer or to your PC, then only you can use its features. Okay, with any audio or video file. So let's see what is next one. This after our next point is changing the desktop background. We know that desktop background is a part of what desktop. Okay, or the desktop wallpaper is a part of what that desktop. Okay, and we know what is desktop. A desktop is the main screen of computer, or the screen which appears first when we start the computer. That is called what? A desktop. Desktop. Okay, now we have to work with its one of part, that is desktop background or desktop background wallpaper, and which we have to change. We have to replace it with another one. Okay, so let's see the steps to change the desktop background. So first we should go to the desktop. Here we have a desktop. Now we are working with the desktop now, and you can see here we don't have any picture. It's completely blank. It's totally blank. There's no any picture. And now we have to replace this blank area, or we have to replace this blank portion with the picture. Okay, so let's see how to change it, or how to replace this blank portion with any wallpaper. So simply you have to right click on what a desktop background. When you'll right click on desktop background, you have to go to personalize. Now when you click to personalize, so here personalize window has opened. Then you have to click to desktop background option. It is there to the bottom of this window. Then you have to choose any picture. Now we have a solid colors. Okay, no problem, select one of this. You will get that solid color to the wallpaper or to desktop background. Okay, if you want pictures instead of solid colors, then here we have a picture location. Click on it, then select Windows desktop background, then choose one of this, which one you want. Okay, then click to save changes. You will see that selected picture as a desktop wallpaper. If you want to replace it with another, go to desktop background again, then scroll it down. You will get here more images. Now we set as a this picture as a desktop background, or waterfall picture as a desktop background. Choose it, then click to save changes. Okay, at the end close it. You can see desktop background has changed. Now let's see what is next. This after the next one is activity that you have to complete in your computer textbook. Okay, and hints are listed here. By using these hints you can complete this. These are fill in the blanks. Let's see what is next point after changing desktop background. Our next point is changing the screensaver. Now we are going to change what a screensaver. So let's see first what is screensaver. The screensaver, it will help you to save what the energy that is required to run your system, or to run your what the VGA or VGU. Okay, so let's see how to change the screensaver. It will help you to save what the energy. Okay, so we need to set what a screensaver, or we should use this feature of what a Windows operating system. Okay, that means sometimes keyboards and mouse is not in working, and you don't want to consume more electricity that is required to run what your system or your VGU unit or monitor. Then you can use this feature of what the Windows operating system. It will help you to save what the energy or electricity which is consumed in idle time by monitor. Okay, so let's see how to change screensaver. So to change screensaver, again we have to go to the desktop, then right click on a desktop background, then click to personalize. Now when you click to personalize, to the bottom of this window you will see here, to the bottom of the screen you will see here screensaver option. Click on it. When you click on it, will open a screensaver settings dialog box. Then you have to choose one of them. Now we have to start bubbles. Okay, so when you will select bubbles, you will see the preview on this preview window or in this preview window. Then you want to see its preview on current screen, then you have to click to preview. When you click to preview, it will start what bubbling, okay, or bubbles will start. That means screensaver has started. Or when screensaver will start, then you will see this bubbles. When it will start, if keyboard and mouse both are not in use, then only it will start, okay. And it will start after 1 minute. That means when keyboard and mouse both are not in use for next 1 minute, then only it will start. And when you will press any key of the keyboard or when you will move the mouse, then it will stop, okay. Just see one more time. Click to preview. Here you can see screensaver has started, okay. And now when you move the mouse or when you press any key of the keyboard, then it will stop. At the end, click to apply, then click to OK. Now close personalize window. Now let's see what is the next point after changing the screensaver. I hope you all understand what is the use of screensaver. The screensaver is used to save what the energy or to save what the electricity, okay, in idle time of what the keyboard of mouse. So here over how to change screensaver. Now what is next? There is an activity that you have to complete. See, you have to match what the pairs, okay. Different applications are given here. You have to match its role, okay, with these numbers, okay. Then let's see what is next. This after there's one more activity. It is crossword puzzle that you have to finish, okay. Across and down means you have to write here the meaningful what letters. You have to fill what these empty boxes with the meaningful letters, okay. This after the next one is revise with tuck. You have to read this. After this let's see what is now. It is exercise. That means here over this lesson, this is a second lesson, and here over with session number 3. And first one, that is fill in the blank, that you have to finish with hint boxes, okay, with hints what are given in hint box. This after the next one is a state true or false. You have to write it is correct or incorrect sentence. Then answer in short, write the full forms, unscramble the jumbled words. This after the next one is take the correct one. You have to find the correct one. Application based questions are here, and answer the following questions. You have to solve this all in your computer, textbook, also in notebook. Then it is lab time. That means you have to use a calculator from accessories to solve the given calculations, okay. If possible at home, you can solve at home if you have computer using calculator application. Then lab activity, when skill will reopen, then I'll take you people that are in lab, okay, and it is using what the snipping tool, okay. So here over this lesson, I hope you all understand. If you have any problem regarding this session, regarding this chapter, you can ask on group, okay. Enough for today. I'll continue next session with new chapter.